Hi Taurus, welcome to your December reading. This is going to be a general spread for the month of December. And if you want a more personal reading, feel free to check out my booking link below. Also this month is the holidays. So if you feel drawn to gift somebody a reading, I'll leave the instructions on how to do that below as well. Otherwise, let's get into this reading. Taurus, what is going on for the month of December? You have destiny flying out. Your destiny is to blossom, to shine, to transform to an ever greater light. Agreed. This has been a build up to this year. This has been a lot of clearing, reorganization, changes. Crashing lows, high highs. This has been a tumultuous year. Luckily, it's gone by quite quickly, in my opinion. It's kind of flown by. Next year, gosh, it feels, I feel just kind of a good energy right now. So I want to say, exude gratitude for the here and now. I want to say Sagittarius season is not about pushing forward to create or do anything except for, being around family or friends or, doing what you want to do, something that brings a sense of joy to you, igniting joy, which is genius in and of itself. It's opening that heart space. It's feeding, nourishing yourself. Don't overdo it. I even feel that in regards to the material aspect as well. Don't overdo it, stuff-wise. It's not needed, even food-wise. I'm talking to Tauruses. You guys like food as much as I do. I feel like, again, I'm just seeing like a peace kind of coming about. So I don't know if some things have begun to come in for a lot of you, but I feel like, looking back at this year, even the crashing lows, in hindsight, I feel like a lot of us can see how we were always truly protected, even if that help came in the 9th hour, right? When we've completely lost faith, it's like this lift up. Destiny. What's the next card? Surrender. Yeah, this month is about allowing. So there's no point in pushing the barrow up such a steep hill. Go back to the start. Surrender your expectations. There's an easier way. When the time is right, a new path will appear. Yeah. I'm not going to talk too much about January. I feel like I talked about that in the last spread, but it is about Uranus going direct. This season is a bit, Saturn and Pluto transit, we're seeing all of these uprisings, all of these revolts in many governments. It's a little bit chaotic energy towards the end of this month. There's this eclipse. There's a lot going on. I want to say stay centered, be in the present moment of the joy of what's actually happening, the peace that's actually surrounding you in your life. Don't feed in to the collective fear. Especially if you are an intuitive, a light worker, somebody that shows the way, show the way of joy, even if it's in the mundane, small, tiny acts in your life. Surrender. Everything is in perfect harmony, even if it seemingly isn't. We need to get the, uproot things. And we have to see what was underlying there, and that's what's happening right now. The shift in Mother Earth, all things Taurus. There's changes needed, but on a smaller scale, as a part of this collective, there's an inevitable change here happening for you. You know it. I know it. The middle path, embrace both sides. The middle path is a road to a more balanced and peaceful life. Archangel Uriel, a great spiritual transformation is currently occurring both in your life and in our world. This is the union of heaven and earth, spirit and matter, heart and mind. Unite in harmonious balance. If you truly believe in this idea that there's a piece of God within everything, then you will kind of come to this place where everything is meant to be. And I know that's much easier said than grasped, because there's so many difficult experiences that we can bring up that would suggest otherwise. If something's truly disturbing you and disturbing your peace, don't look at it as injustice. Look at it as a call to action. So the bottom of the deck is creative potential. We're building up to something here. You are by nature infinitely creative. Life is a sea of creative potential just waiting to be expressed through you. You are free to express all your heart's desires. So if you're wanting something, if you're wanting to create something, if you're wanting to build something, again, next year is all about building. I feel like we're setting the seeds, the words, the expression, even writing down the intention of what that looks like. What is that going to entail next year? So let's get into the tarot and see what the messages are. Whoa. Okay, so flying out is the Three of Cups. This is about working in harmony with other people. This is also about bringing in that sense of joy, of community, I feel, with this. Maybe being around friends and kind of having this decisive action to be in the moment, enjoying what you have. This is a card about gratitude. Whoa. What's helping or hindering this for Taurus? The Queen of Swords. This is about communicating with somebody. I mean, the Queen of Swords is a little bit defensive. I feel like if you've come to this reading for guidance about love, a love situation, I feel like, whoever you're dealing with, they have a bit of a wall to get through. Notice this within yourself and kind of decisively break down this barrier. Heart open now. This is about bringing in joy to kind of help this energy. Because this is actually in the position of helping you, because the Queen of Swords speaks to her authentic truth and she knows what it is. But she's also, I feel like this is what would be hindering you, is that she's quite cold. She's quite standoffish. Nobody can get through to her. She's defensive. Again, with all of your cards showing up, destiny, surrender, getting ready to create something. I feel create a new life, create a new set of situations for you. Be open. I feel like what's coming to you can be trusted. We are in this new phase of a whole new, it's like what has been in the past is released. It's already gone. You've already done the work this year. Trust that that's so. What's in the subconscious for Taurus? What's in Taurus's subconscious? What do they want? What does their higher self want them to know? They're waiting for something to come in, and this is at a distance. Some of you could be relocating for work. Some of you could be connecting with somebody at a distance, and it's like we're waiting for something. Maybe waiting for a job to come through, waiting for communication, waiting for, this is a wish. This is tied to your wants. There's an element of divine timing here at work, especially with that destiny card coming up first, and it's telling me it will work out. It's written in the stars. So if you came for direction, if it's something's actually going to happen to me, this feels like a yes card. Oh, and as I say that, I pick up the deck, the Wheel of Fortune. This is absolutely a turn, a new cycle. This is the stroke of good luck or better fortune, the Wheel of Fortune. It's in the past for Taurus. What's in Taurus's past? The Page of Wands. So this is nice. So this is something we already kind of know about. This is a direction, a job, a person. There's a level of interest, clearly building here with this in the past. And he's looking forward, and he's looking at this Three of Cups. So he's looking forward at this new group, or this, I definitely feel new work or new people surrounding you this next, yes, this month, but I feel like it moves forward. So if you've been wanting to see family, that's happening. If you've been wanting to be around loved one, that's happening. But there's definitely a sense of joy. Be there. Be fully present. You don't have other stuff to do. This is what you need to do. This is what Spirit is saying. What is the current energy? The Tower crashing. I feel like this is the end of the past decade. Goodbye. I feel like this has already happened. This is the card of Scorpio and Uranus. I feel like I'm being drawn to say you don't even know the extent of the new life you're stepping into, the amount of joy and happiness that's able to be obtained through this. I feel there's also a level of being able to express yourself. As Tauruses, your power lies within your voice. I think I told a lot of you this. Most of my life I was quite silent and mute until one day I decided not to be. It took actually a lot of work for me to get there. It's like my mind and my words were disconnected. It's like I would talk and it wouldn't even make sense sometimes. And it was almost like a paralyzation. I don't know how to describe it. But it was a decision to leave that kind of way behind. I feel like there has been massive amounts of change. I'm being drawn to people that create. Some of you might be singers. Some of you might be, I think last reading I mentioned like actors. I feel like some of you might be artists. It's about the way you express yourself though. That's changing. You're expressing yourself in a new way, and it's a new level of challenge, and it requires you to be very stable and very know what you know who you are, know your abilities, and no self-doubt, no self-deprecating comments, nothing like this. There's no space for this. No apologies. No apologies for taking up space. The Tower for me is disillusionment, the crumbling of illusions. Some people think it's scary. I think it's beautiful. Thank you for helping me shed that skin. I feel a new level of self-empowerment going into this, yes, this month, but moving forward on a bigger picture, I feel very empowered. What's in the near future for Taurus? Justice. This man's holding his sword of truth. The scales are balanced. This is universal justice. Justice that is written in the stars. It can be a court case, yes, and justice does prevail in your favor, but in a bigger sense, this is a return of balance, of karma, however you interpret that to be. This is major arcana. This is going to happen. Your scales are going to be even. You're going to be able to, if you're worried about money, if you're worried about love, if you're whatever you're worried about, there's an evening out. So if there has been a lack, the scales are rebalancing, even if it's been an extraordinary amount of time. Justice coming in. What's in the position of power for Taurus? What's in their power? Page of Swords. So Page of Swords is somebody that, I mean, this is my spy card. He's like looking into something, somebody, some situation. I feel like the Page of Swords, they're there because there's not a lot of clarity about the situation. So maybe there's something new coming into your life and you kind of want to dig a little deeper or want to know a little bit more. But it's talking about also, I mean, we have a lot of cards with somebody with a sword of truth in their hand. So this is about communication, expression, sending messages. This is like my text messages, message card. What's in the position of what Taurus needs to, in their environment, excuse me. What's in Taurus's environment this month? What's in Taurus's environment? Death. This is transformation. This is the end of the old. I want to say, give gratitude for this year. You have been through so much. But this, I mean, this skeleton, he's riding on this white horse, which is the horse of truth, and nothing can kind of escape it. Nothing that's no longer serving your truth is allowed to escape this death card, this clearing. Massive new beginning here, guys. This is amazing. I mean, this is so appropriate. Some people are scared of the death card, but look at this, where we are. We're coming out of Scorpio season. Uranus is in retrograde. We're reviewing, we're clearing house, we're at the end of a year, we're at the end of a decade. Death in the environment is highly appropriate. It's beautiful, actually. I want to say, just look back at everything that's happened, you know, the last 10 years. 10 years ago, where was I? I was living in New York City and doing some corporate job where I was mediocrely happy. Is that even a word? Making not enough for the amount of energy I was putting into it, that's for sure. What is in the position of what Taurus needs to know? What does Taurus need to know? Page of Pentacles. There's a new offer coming in. This could be somebody looking at you, somebody kind of investigating you. So if you're in a new position or there's something coming your way, you're being investigated. Not in a bad way. I don't feel in a bad way. It's actually bringing about a new offer. So, Page of Pentacles, somebody, this isn't materialized yet, or it's at the very beginning stages, so it's a new job started, or a new offer coming in, it's a new direction, it's a new relationship if you came here for a relationship reading. This has been a massive clearing of old patterning though. That's been heavy. I feel like I'm speaking to single people that have been alone for a very long time, and finally justice comes in. Ooh, what is the outcome for Taurus? What is the outcome for Taurus? The Hermit. This is speaking about winter time for me. I know this is the card of Virgo, but usually this card is in winter. This man, he has the idea of what his wish is in his lantern. He's being led by this. He's not making anything that's not in alignment. He's not making any decisions that's not in alignment with that wish come true. And I've been saying this all year for you guys. Know what that wish is. Again, that example of if you had $1 billion, what would you be doing? I know exactly what I'd be doing. Do you know? Because it's coming in. Here you are, attracting it in. The Empress, she brings in her abundance. She allows it to come to her, but only does it come to her after she knows her power, she knows her worth, she's mastered all of the suits. I mean, this is what this whole process has been about these last few years. And when you vibrate, or when you kind of reach this position, yes, a lot of responsibility comes with it, but you attract, I feel, people at the same level. I feel like you're going to be attracting a lot of interesting people into your life. A lot of teachers, but a lot of exchange. I feel like you're also a teacher. This is also being very beautiful. So I feel like, I mean, I'm talking to Tauruses. We are ruled by Venus. If you are looking for love, I feel like you're looking very good. Perfect for somebody that I feel like, let me actually clarify this. Somebody sees you already. Yeah, somebody sees you already. I don't know if they've presented themselves. I don't know if they've communicated clearly. But there's an element of travel here. I don't know if this person's at a distance, because this showed up before. This man has the world in his hands. And we have the Chariot, which is somebody from a distance coming forward slowly. They're working on their pentacle and they're working on their stability, but they're leading with their heart first, Knight of Cups. And this is what they're coming. They're coming forward slowly because they have something real to offer. This is love for you. But this is also, I mean, when I look at this card, I see these helix snakes. It's like DNA, but it's somebody who I feel like matches you. So if you're a healer, they match you, I feel, in a different way. Somebody that understands, somebody that has their own thing going on though also. And you can come together kind of and both have something beautiful to offer each other, because you both have done the internal work to be able to offer something real. There's nothing more real than a cup of love. Nothing. Whew. Amazing. I mean, if this is work though, if you've come to ask about work, 2020, I mean, guys, this is just in your, it's in the stars. It's not only in the cards, it's in the stars. You're going to be moving forward to bigger and better things. Even if you're in this period right now where I don't see it, there's no guarantee for me. I sure hope so. If you're somebody that writes in the comments, I sure hope so. I know so. These readings don't come up so consecutively similar for no reason. And you don't find yourself here consecutively for no reason. It's because it's for you. Two of Cups. Isn't that what it's all about? Harmony, divine connection, soulmate connection, love, healing, peace, balance. This is your justice. This is it. Taurus ruled by Venus, all about love, beauty. All right, let's get another card. I'm going to draw one from my Vision Quest Tarot. Let's see what comes up for Taurus. What is the message for Taurus? It would be most helpful for them to see, to hear, to know. What's the message for Taurus? One flying out. Sun of Water. So let's read what this says. Masculinity. Charm. Sexuality, attracting or tempting power, magnetism, sensitivity, tenderness, creativity. Also moodiness and fickleness. I feel like this is what you guys are right now. So we've kind of crawled out of the depths of emotions of Scorpio season into this more light energy of Sagittarius. Yeah. So this is what you're exuding right now. Use it, guard it, be wise with it. But let me read it. It says, the inner message, the force of erotic attraction is one of the most mysterious and creative. Now you must learn to handle its irresistible but unpredictable power as consciously as possible. We are not its master. It courses through us, wanting to be used appropriately. Become aware of your impact on others and what you do with it. Respect people's vulnerability and stay within the boundaries dictated by loving consideration. Otherwise, your charm will drive many more to utter distraction. Yeah, it's talking about great power requires truly great responsibility. I feel like there's nothing helpful about using, charming somebody. It's not about that. That's kind of very superficial. I mean, yes, it's an aspect of connection, but it's the very top layer. So it's saying that there's a time and place for this. I feel like because we're going into a time where we're building solid foundations, it's this slow getting to know somebody, especially if this is about love, even about work. It says, outward manifestation, you can use your abilities to take unfair advantage or decide to be wise enough to consider others' welfare too. The latter would be closer to your heart. Your acute sensitivity won't allow you to abuse others, even subtly or half-consciously. Learn to use your intuitive gifts alertly, compassionately in all of your interactions. This will benefit you most. Yeah, because what is it? It's kind of like a manipulation a little bit, especially if we use this to have people do things that we want. To me, this comes out of distrust, that the situation will be able to unfold in a way where you don't need to manipulate the situation, that you're not good enough as it is. So if you feel drawn to put, no, I don't even want to go there. Anyways, let's go into the Earth Warriors Oracle. This is the deck. Let's get one card for Taurus. What is one additional message for the sign of Taurus that would be helpful for the month of December? One message for Taurus. Amuata, Sage of Higher Knowledge. I feel like you guys have had this before, but let me read it. Okay. It says, seek what feels true, even beyond the logical. If something doesn't feel right, challenge it and dig deeper. Educate and inform yourself on matters of importance to you. Trust that your mind is strong and bright enough to do this. Enhance your self-esteem by researching for information and trusting your intuition to help you discern what is useful and true. Have faith in your own mental abilities. If others have criticized you or made you feel inadequate, in understanding, cast that off as belonging to the past and not relevant to you. You will become immune to manipulation by others who may be convincing but not necessarily accurate or helpful. Trust in the power of your mind to receive and recognize the answers that you need. You will find your way. I feel like this is actually talking about a lot of you coming into your power or kind of coming into a position of the spotlight, which is also inevitable for a lot of you during this next cycle, a 7-year cycle that I talked about last reading. Coming into the spotlight, I feel like a lot of people are stepping up and stepping into their power. So inevitably, when you're kind of in this position, for example, reading on YouTube, doing this, I'm absolutely putting myself out there, but also it opens the door for a lot of criticism. A lot of people that have decided, because I've chosen to offer this, that's me opening the door for life evaluations. Criticisms about my looks, criticisms about everything. Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't respond. I blocked you. Because it's fine. Everybody has opinions. They're entitled to them. But if I chose to kind of look at everything and you know care, it would distract me from doing other things. And I have a lot going on. I have a lot of things that I enjoy doing outside of tarot, or being online. Or not everybody's going to like you. It's a part of the learning process, and it's a part of stepping into your power. Because like I said last time, once you know what you know, and you know who you are, and you know what your gifts are, and you know what you're here to do, you can take it or leave it. You can just easily click off. If somebody gives you a gift, like a criticism, which can be a gift, sure, and you don't receive it, you don't accept it, they're still there holding that gift. It's theirs. It'll always be theirs. Same with like the dislikes on YouTube. I mean, all right, welcome them. It actually adds to the traction of the video. Sure, there's more interaction. It doesn't matter to me. But sure, if you feel drawn to do that, go for it. This month for you guys, I feel if people, especially being around family, because I do feel a little bit of a rawness to your energy. There's a lot of changes. Just know that you're in the right space, the right place, the right time, the right everything. I feel like you're being supported, you're being guided. Even if you feel incredibly unsuccessful, like nothing's happening, nothing's changed, I feel incredibly vulnerable. Even if, with spiritual transformation, we can even often feel crazy. If you're feeling this way, just be gentle with yourself. Surround yourself with people that feel like this, that feel like fun, feel like joy, that feel supportive. Maybe get into a women's group or a men's group. It's teaching you how to step into this, though. This is what you need to know. This is where you're going in the next cycle, in the next year. This is somebody that's to be looked up to be seen. To be seen, you'll drive yourself crazy if you care about criticism, or you care about the little things outside of the actual purpose, the intent, the reason behind everything. Express yourself, be who you are, and you will be appreciated. I mean, I feel like looking at this outcome, there's like stardom to be unfolding. For some of you. Some of us don't want that. I think that's all I have, Taurus. Again, if you enjoyed this reading, I invite you to subscribe. I'll be back with a mid-month, and I'll also be back with a 2020 read. I'll pull one card for each month of the year. Just another general spread, but it'll be fun. So definitely subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And thank you guys again for showing up and for being here and for being so supportive this last year. You guys have no idea how much you mean to me. I've enjoyed all of the friendships and that I've forged over the years of reading for many of you, many of them Tauruses. So much gratitude I have for you guys. And yeah, happy holidays.